Morning, everyone. My name is Shuka Rastagarpour. I've been emailing you for the past 6 months. I'm an environmental scientist. I work at the State Water Resources Control Board in the Surface Water Ambient Monitoring Program. I'm the lead coordinator for the statewide bioassessment program. Like Ken said, we have a great lineup of presenters today, and we have an afternoon lineup of student presentations. I just want to thank again my colleagues and everybody that worked with me to set this up and put this all together. I also wanted to thank our sponsors. I was supposed to flip to that slide here. There you go. I wanted to thank our sponsors for today and SCORP as well. Just some housekeeping items. I am using a microphone just because my voice is low, but we do have ceiling mics. So during questions, we will try to hand you a mic. If you start speaking, your voice does get recorded. We are recording this and we are streaming this. So during presentations, I would appreciate it if you just keep your conversations and save them to our breaks, just because your voices will, people online will hear your voices if you do speak during presentations. And then after all this, if you are interested in viewing any of the PowerPoint presentations, just reach out to me and I'll get permission from the presenters if it's okay for me to share. And then for our presenters, those that are here in person, I'm going to have Anna Holder here do time check. So just make sure that while you're presenting and looking at everything that you also look at her as well. And I think that's it for housekeeping. I wanted to thank each and every one of you for being here today, both in person and those who are viewing online. We've tried really hard to put a great lineup of speakers and presentations for you today and tomorrow. So I really appreciate you for being here. So thank you. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Ali, who is online. There you go.
Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes. Cool. To add, I think Ken and Shuka kind of covered the things I was going to say. I just, for those that are unfamiliar or you're new to the bioassessment program and CABW, just kind of high level who we are and what we do. So the program out of State Water Board, we look at biological health and water bodies statewide by looking at benthic macroinvertebrates and algae and physical habitat conditions. I'm totally summarizing. We'll just leave it at that. So the purpose of CABW is to bring together students and water managers, regulators, anybody really that has an interest in freshwater science and bioassessment, and to connect with one another. So we do this through a series of talks and workshops, and all those spaces in between, like the happy hour mixer that I don't know the details. I'm here virtually, but I'm sure Rocky and others will share with y'all later. And so over the next couple of days, there's going to be talks that kind of span a wide range of things from biological conditions in these modified systems to impacts of climate change and molecular methods and all kinds of good stuff. So with that, I also want to just to again express my deepest gratitude to both SCORP and the planning team. Thanks for hosting everybody down there. Pretty sure this is the first time ever it's been in Southern California. So thanks for that. And of course, a gigantic, huge thank you to Shuka Rastagarpour, who really has been the heart and soul of CABW over the past few years for all of your work that you've done and time and dedication. Wish I could be there with you all. And that's all I got. I think I'm turning over to Angela.
Thank you, Ali, for that introduction. My name is Angela DePalma Dow. I am the current chair president of California Chapter Society of Freshwater Science. I work for Lake County Water Resources. We work on Clear Lake. I'm also a certified lake manager. So really thank you so much to SCORP for hosting us. It's great to get out of Northern California. And then thank you, Shuka and Rafi, for organizing this. We're really indebted to that. Next slide. Do I have a thing?
It's right there on
Okay. Oh, and thank you to our sponsors, of course. So CalSFS provides a lot of opportunities for students. We provide travel grants. We also have other resources like research stipends. We've done some fellowships in the past. So we're just really indebted to the sponsorships for being able to provide support for the meeting and for our students for this. So first, I want to acknowledge the Indigenous peoples that were the original freshwater scientists. So where I do my work, I want to acknowledge the Pomo. And in fact, just know that this is a collective term that's been given to a group of different tribes with different identities and different dialects. And this was a name that was collectively given to them. So the tribes that I work with are Big Valley, Robinson Rancheria, Scotts Valley, which actually is a landless tribe, Elam, Khoi Nation, and Habimatal. And the purpose of CalSFS is to promote further understanding freshwater ecosystems, particularly ecosystems at the interface between aquatic terrestrial habitats. And we really strive to foster the information for these and also among our members and with agencies and with our neighboring regions, neighboring states. And if you haven't been to our website, we actually have a couple. So this is the Society Freshwater Science national or parent organization is what we call it. So this is our chapter website. And if you want information about what we do, or you remember there was a student talk at some point at one of the meetings we're at, you can find some of the information further down. So you go to this page, you go down, and we have all of our newsletters here, any events that we have. And then we've also done some of the workshops for the CalSFS CABW meetings, and some of those are recorded right here. And then we also have a GitHub website. So all of our student presentations are on this website. And if there's any news or anything that's coming up, and there's anything that you guys want to put on there too for our meetings that may not be able to go onto the state website, let us know, because we can house those. And again, here's some of our newsletters. And then also, if you need any more information, our social media here is at CalSFS Social. Here's our email. And then this is the website address. So any of you guys can screenshot it at home. And then reminders for today. So we have the student session lightning talk. That's from 2 to 3:30. And this is a competition. So we actually have cash prizes for winners, which we'll announce tomorrow morning. And really appreciate all the students that participated. I think we have about 9 or 8. So thank you guys so much for participating. It's exciting to have give the students a chance to do a lightning talk, which sometimes is harder, right, than a regular talk. How do you fit all that cool information that you're working on in only like 7 minutes? So we're really indebted to the students for being able to do this today. I am looking for judges. So shout out, thank you, Anna and Chris, for being my judges this morning. I probably need 2 or 3 more judges. If anybody's interested in being a judge, come find me. It's really easy. The form's on your phone. You can beep, boop, beep. It's only a few questions, but it's really a great way to give this feedback to the students that are participating. And if you come to the mixer later, I may buy you a drink if you're a judge. So just putting that out there. I haven't been out in a while. I had a kid. We had COVID. Haven't been out drinking in the mixer a little bit. So did I have anything else? Oh, our business meeting. I guess I should talk about that. So that's today at 3:30. It is very exciting. It really is. And you won't know that until you go and show up and learn about CalSFS. John Olson is our treasurer. Where's John? Thank you. So he's going to run the numbers, which is thrilling. And then here is the mixer information. Allie, the details you were asking about. So it's 2957 Randolph Avenue, Unit B, Costa Mesa. Look at this wonderful place. If it's not raining, we can hang out, talk about the day, talk about tomorrow, make connections, nurture those collaborations at this mixer. If anybody needs a ride, we can meet just in the front of the building. And if anybody has a car and wants to give a ride, you can do that. Save a Lyft, Uber for some folks. I know I can take 4 more folks too over there. So don't forget, tomorrow we have an awesome outdoor workshop, field trip, getting outside, going to look at a restoration project in Newport Bay. So this is the North Bay Conservancy. We're going to be looking at the Big Canyon restoration area, and it's going to be a tour provided by some of the folks involved in the restoration. So the tour itself will be about an hour, but there's lots of space and area to walk around afterwards if you want to enjoy the sights. And so if you have any questions, you can come ask me. You can find John too, Shuka. We have some information and the details about what to wear and everything. You can wear this. It's fine. It's a nice, easy little trail. And then we do accept donations for that. And so any of the proceeds go toward the CalSFS Student Fund for them to be able to travel to meetings and be able to participate in these meetings in CalSFS. So this is it. If you want to join, because it sounds so cool, what I presented today, you can just email us right here, and then you just add it on when you are doing your SFSS registration, or you can do a separate, if you've already done your registration for Society of Freshwater Science, you can just send second check to John. We also will take donations, again, for students and for us to be able to do meetings like this. Well, the information was on there, so I hope you got it quick. I think that was my last slide.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Andy Wren with California Fish and Wildlife, and I just have a quick announcement on behalf of SAFIT, which is the Southwest Association of Freshwater Invertebrate Taxonomists. That's the group that is responsible for developing and maintaining our standard taxonomic level of effort, or STE. So that's the level of taxonomic effort that we use to identify benthic macroinvertebrates in our bioassessment samples from around the state. It defines which groups are best taken to species, which groups you should back off to genus for whatever reason. And so the last time we released an STE document was in 2011. So it's fairly outdated now. There have been some literature updates. A lot of the primary literature resources are now have, more recent editions. So that's all brought up to date. In some groups, maybe in the past we backed off to genus because not all the species were described. Those have now been described, and so we can get those groups to genus. In other cases, there have been taxonomic revisions that have, for example, resulted in a single genus being split into multiple genera. So this STE sort of brings all those changes up to date. The document has actually been completed and reviewed by the SAFIT membership. The next step is to translate all those changes into the SWAMP database. So nobody's going to see updated, revised taxa list, for those of you who consume taxonomic data. You won't see these changes, until probably middle of next year, realistically. And then another next step is so one of our primary scoring tools, the CSCI, the California Stream Condition Index, which is based on benthic macroinvertebrates, was calibrated with the 2011 version of the STE. So at some point, we're going to have to create a crosswalk between the revised nomenclature and the previous nomenclature so that we can run the CSCI scripts. That's it.
And then the last quick update from me is I have a group of colleagues that are working together to update the field collection standard operating procedures manual. I wanted to point this out on screen, but just for the sake of time, there's two documents that are online. There's the field collection standard operating procedures, and there's a supplemental guidance document. We're working to incorporate the supplemental guidance document into the SOP as like an appendix. And then we're also doing general updates to the language, making procedures more relative to current monitoring practices, adding new algae procedures, and just generally removing language that's no longer necessary or incorporating new language that's needed. If you need, or if you have any questions about specific things that are changing or updating, you can come up and ask away. But we're trying to make this complete and available in time for the upcoming sampling season in spring. So if you're subscribed to the Swamp Lyris, you'll be notified that there is a new SOP that's available, and it will be posted online. But if you need assistance subscribing to the Lyris, let me know, because I know there's difficulties. But yeah, so just wanted to give that update. And then I'm going to transition to questions for later, if that's okay. Yeah, thank you. So we're going to transition to our first moderator, Rafael Mazur, for our first session. Thank you.